How do, and welcome back. Well, today I've got another beer from Australia to review. For me it's back to back, so I've just made the Colton video, and now we're doing a review of Emu Export. But whereas the Colton beer was brewed in Melbourne, Victoria, which is on the east coast, this is brewed in Perth, Fremantle, Perth. Something they seem to be quite proud of, because they have on the can beer for Western Australia. So let's get this open and see what it tastes like. But before I do that, I noticed something quite interesting on this can. It says that you get a 10 cents refund if you take the can back. And I thought, that's interesting. So I had a look at the Colton Draft can, and it says the same thing as well, 10 cents refund. So it must be commonplace in Australia that if you take the can back to the shop, wherever you bought it from, you get a 10 cents refund. I thought, why are we not doing that in the UK? Anyway, let's get it open and see what it tastes like. So the Emu Export is brewed by Swan Breweries in Perth, and Swan Breweries is owned by Lion, which is based in Sydney, New South Wales. And Lion in turn is owned by Kirin. It's a subsidiary of Kirin Breweries in Japan. So I don't know, is this a Japanese beer or an Australian beer? You decide. Well, it looks like your typical lager. This is quite pale. It looks more like a European lager. The Colton was more golden, but this is a nice straw colour, nice carbonation. It's a non-nucleated glass, but there's some nice bubbles rising up through it. So it's nicely carbonated, nice frothy, somewhat meringue-like head, pure white. Looks like a typical Euro lager. Okay, let's go in for the aroma. Sweet. It's very sweet, almost sugary sweet, which makes me think it's an adjunct beer. Not smelling any hop, and it's a very clean aroma, so it's not like the Colton, which had a bit of a like that watery profile in the aroma. This doesn't have that. Very clean aroma, but very sweet. Right, the all important taste test. Cheers. Light-Bodied. It's coming in at 4.2%, which puts it in Australia, they call it a mid-strength beer. Light-bodied, nice dryness on the back end, or semi-dry I would call it. Very sweet, sugary sweet actually, like table sugar sweetness, but that quickly subsides to a bitterness. I would think this is more bitter actually than the Colton, and it's a strange sort of bitterness. Hang on a second. Very quickly it moves to that bitterness, and there's a slight souriness to the bitterness as well. Yeah, right at the back, I can taste it now. A slight souriness, and it lasts, it lingers in the throat. but the mouthfeel and the flavour, it's similar to, say, like a light lager in Europe, something like Heineken Silver. It's very clean tasting. There's not that water profile flavour coming through like there was with the Colton. Very clean tasting. But yeah, it's like your Heineken Silver, or if you're looking at an American or North American sort of equivalent, like your Coors Light, Muller's Light, Bud Light, those sort of light beers. It's very light flavoured. The malt is, it's there, but I think it's overpowered a bit by the adjunct. Well, it tastes like table sugar, to be honest. I prefer the Colton by a long way. This isn't really my type of beer. If you like light lagers, you will like this. But I don't. So I like them with a bit more, you know, mouthfeel, a bit more flavour. The adjunct, I think, is too prominent in this beer. I could tell that the Colton was an adjunct, but they had a nice malt flavour. This, the malt is a little bit too distant, a bit too faint. It's there, but it's not prominent enough. Then again, you know, it's Perth. I've had a look on the internet at the weather, and yes, you know, Perth's a hot place. In fact, Western Australia is mostly desert, from what I've been able to learn on the internet. Mostly desert, so yeah, it's going to be hot. And in summer, you get a 40-degree day and you're working, especially outdoors, in a labouring job. My God, after you've finished work, this is the type of beer you want. It doesn't matter about the flavour or anything, it's just something to refresh you, and it would do that very, very well. So it's not my type of beer, but I'm sure a lot of people like it. But yeah, so there you go, that's another Australian beer. It's Emu Export from Western Australia. Again, it's a 370ml can, so I've still got a little bit just to top up with. This is a 330ml glass. Yeah, it's okay if you like lagers, but I don't. Okay, well, thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure, and yeah, as always, I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.